Talk is on, where you receive good information for your mortgage needs, such as mortgage programs and foreclosure programs to help get you out of foreclosure. Stay tuned and hear what's coming your way.
My life's uncertain. There's no place I'd rather be. Standing here beside you, my man. Your love always comforts me. So thank you. Thanks for being a friend. Thank you. Over and over again. Thank you. I can never repay. Love is sending my way.
All right, and welcome to Mortgage Talk as we thank you for you joining us here on Mortgage Talk as we are streaming nationally throughout the internet. We are streaming worldwide, and we're streaming to over 200 countries to let us come into their neck of the woods to bring them Mortgage Talk. And we are glad to do so and glad to be here and glad to be on speaker.com. Man, and as I always say, Dave the man, we're glad to be on speaker.com because they do what? A fantastic good job. Yes, they do. Down at speaker.com, they certainly do a wonderful job, and we appreciate them so much. Thanking you for you and yours joining us here on Mortgage Talk. I'm Rick Montgomery, the host of Mortgage Talk, and we are on so many directories. We're growing, and we're trying to gain back our audience base that we had in 2018. So we're really working hard to get back our 65,345 listeners. Oh, I'm sorry, 63. I didn't mean to up it by 2,000. I 63. So we're earning hard to earn it back, and that's what we're trying to do. So we do this by being on a lot of other major directories, and we're on these major directories like Spotify, Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict, Apple Podcasts. Those are good, reputable podcasting directories. I mean, they're not Rudy Pooty. They're very, very good. Some great, good, prominent shows that's on there. You know, that my show and many, many other shows could learn from. I mean, they just have some great podcasters out there and internet radio stations out there that's doing just a fantastic job on those directories. We're on Denzer, okay? We're on iHeartRadio. We're live on iHeart right now. What's up, iHeartRadio? And we know iHeart got a lot of the best out there. And so we proud to put our claim in to iHeart. So maybe one day we may get nominated for a iHeart Radio Award. You know, that'd be, and then win. I mean, that'd be wonderful. That'd be great. You know, so we're hoping that can happen. I mean, other stations have jumped in and came on iHeart and got nominated, got recognized, and so we're hoping that Mortgage Talk 1 can also earn the plateau of iHeartRadio. So we're on iHeartRadio, so we thank you for you listening to us on iHeartRadio. We're on Podchaser too, and we're on podcasts. So, I mean, those are a lot of great directories from which we're on, and we're proud to be on there. Amazon Music, we're on Amazon Music just as well. And let's not forget YouTube. We are on YouTube. And we solved the YouTube problem. Yay! Because now you're going to hear our show today, which is we're on YouTube now. We're live on YouTube right now. You can go to YouTube if you're on there and just type in Mortgage Talk 1, and so you will get this show. And the name of the show today is USDA Direct Loan Program, and that's what we're talking about today. Now, we're gonna do a stream show, and we did one yesterday on Periscope. Okay, so today we're going to be going to a new app, a live stream TV app. Mortgage Talk is now, we are testing out the live streams. So it's really kind of funny to me because, I'm a very high critic of myself. So, excuse me. So we're testing this out. And so we've been testing out Periscope. Now, Periscope is going to end on March the 31st. Periscope is ran and operated by Twitter. So Twitter is going to shut down Periscope. So Twitter is saying, come on over to your Twitter account and you can do some live streams over here on Twitter after Periscope is shut down. Now, you can get live stream on Twitter, but you usually have to go to another software to get it there, okay? Periscope allows you to be on Twitter live just as well, okay? And if Twitter is connected to some of your other social media, then your live stream will be on those other social medias too. Ours are not, but that's what can happen. So we're on another live stream because we have to find one because of Periscope shutting down on March the 31st, and we want to do a video live stream. Almost hardly no one is listening to us on YouTube because YouTube is a live stream. People want to see you and hear you talk and look at you when you talk. They don't want to go to YouTube and listen like you listen to a radio. So that's why we have not been getting no real response at all. 0 response, 1 response, maybe 2 response, but nothing at all like we're getting on the internet radio stations. We're not getting that. So what happened was our super producer, Karen Young Jordan, decided that, okay, we have to go live stream. So she's been testing around with the different live stream company. We had a company called Livestream. I liked it, but it was very, very complicated. Their studio was very complicated. For me, it was, and we got some pretty young engineers here, and some of the things was even a little confusing for one of our young engineers. And so we're like, whoa, if the young cats saying that this is a little confusing, then, we really need to really look at this or look at somewhere else. And so basically that deal has not been closed yet. So, but I do like what Karen does. She lets nothing stops the show. Nothing is going to stop what we are amped out to do. And so she went to a Twitch TV live stream. And so we are live stream on Twitch TV. And she went to another live stream called HAPS, HAPPS. And so we're on HAPS now, okay? So with HAPS, we are streaming live through YouTube. So you will now see Mortgage Talk on YouTube live. So you will get us this show on YouTube like a radio station that we are. You can hear us on YouTube, but then you'll see that same show with the same topic with my face on there and me telling you about what I'm talking about right now. So I'm just giving you a heads up. I know you said all that. Yeah, I know. But just trying to bring you up to speed from what we're doing here at the WHP NN Radio Network. Still trying to do what we can do best and keep giving good information to you and keep rising back up Mortgage Talk. And that's what we're all about. So as I mentioned earlier, the topic of our show today is the USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture, Direct Loan Program. Okay. Now, this program is for homeowners with low and very low income. Okay. They have very low income for their families. But now you can take that very low income and you can start looking for your family to live in rural areas and families who truly have no other way to make affordable home ownership a reality for them. This loan is for you. You see, I had a young lady that I was on Facebook and she was inboxing me on Mortgage Talk Facebook. At the time, I was out there posting things and clicking people on to join. And I saw that the memory section in where the inbox was, and I saw her, so I went in and I just texted her back. And she started texting me back. And one of her major concern was, I wish you was have a show where it will affect people like me. Or is there any programs out there that could help a person like me? And I was texting her back and I said, heck, man, this texting is just taking too long and stuff. So I gave her my number. And so I said, why don't you call me and let's discuss this. Okay? And so she did. And so when she called me, I talked to her for about an hour. And what I found out was that she was a single family mother who have a single family. 3 children. She was a single parent is what I meant to say. And she lived in a low income area. She asked me not to mention her name or relate the circumstances that she's saying to her or pinning it in her area. And so I let her know that confidentiality is one of our top priority source. So I'm not going to give that to you. For reference, I'm going to make up a name to reference her by as I tell you the story. And I'm going to say that her name is Miss Adams, okay? This young lady have a job and makes about $1,200 to $1,400 a month. Okay, on she get a little overtime, she can go to $1,400. Okay, and so she tries to take advantage of that situation. She drives Uber, also on a part-time level, to kind of help her out with her 3 children. Okay, and her concern was that she heard about certain programs that would say that you can qualify, and so when she went to try to qualify, she got turned down. Off the basis of your income. Hey, get out of here! You don't make enough money. Okay, you have a few blemishes on your credit. Get out of here. We don't want to see you. And so she was wondering, was there a program out here for a person like her? And I told her, sure, there is. And she's like, no, there can't be because the people who I talked to, I said, who did you talk to? And she said, well, I talked to a few banks. I said, oh my God, no, banks are, some of them have the program, but they're not going to want to tell you. And I can't answer that question to ask you why they wouldn't, but some of them don't even have the program. Because this is a federal program, and you will be trained by the federal department to handle their program. You'll be certificately licensed by them to do that. And a lot of banks are not. So they don't have that program. Some of them develop a comparable program But the comparable program falls short in so many different ways. But there is a program called the USDA Direct Loan Program. And I went through all of that to explain that to her. And needless to say, when we got off the phone, her spirits felt so high and so strong. And it was like she got a breath of fresh air. There was hope back in her household again. And I was glad to have played a part of that. All on sharing information that tells me that we are still on the right track by giving this information out there, because we've been bitten by the bug of the gift of giving. And as the Bible says, where there is 3 or more joined in my name, shall I be. And as a child of God, and as a man who says he loved God, and how grateful he is for what the great I Am has done for him in his life, even during the pandemic, and even though our immediate family took a loss in the pandemic, our spirits are still high, and we still have hope in our heart, and we still keep our hands in God's hands. Because we know nothing is impossible or too hard for the great I Am. So I took it upon myself to change the topic today. Because our topic was going to be talking about Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae conforming 97 loan. That's the name of it. That's what it's called. So we decided to change this for today, for this show. Because of Miss Adams, we wanted people out there that listen to Mortgage Talk, that felt that Mortgage Talk is okay, but you're not talking a program that will fit me. So I want you to know that we have a program that will fit you. And so I'm going to go into this program with some details, and hopefully at the end, you will be online applying for this program and gaining the American dream, because I'm here to tell you that it's possible. It's very, very possible for you. So, now there are 2 types of this particular program, but I'm going to talk about the direct loan program. What does this program do, Rick? Well, this program is also known as Section 502, Direct Loan Program. This program assists low and very low income applicants. This program is designed to help them to obtain a decent, safe, and sanitary house in an eligible rural area. It gives people a chance, that depends on what area that they live in, to get out of that area and move into a better school zone area, move into a better area for the family, and can qualify to do so even when the income says no. They can still holler back, yes, we can. And that's what this program is all about. So it helps low and very low income applicants to obtain a home in a rural area. It also provides payment assistance. Listen to this. To increase an applicant's repayment ability. payment assistance is a type of subsidy that reduce the mortgage payment for a short time. The amount of assistance is determined by the adjusted family's income. Who may apply for this program? A number of factors are considered when determining an applicant eligibility for the Single Family Direct Home Loan Program, which is the USDA program. At a minimum, an applicant interested in obtaining a direct loan must have an adjusted income that is at a below the applicant low income limit for the area where they wish to buy a house, and they must demonstrate a willingness and ability to repay the loan. So they can move into a nice area. And as long as they have the ability to show and the potential to cover the mortgage, it puts them in great shape as a nominee to get this loan. Isn't that something? Now, the applicant must be without a decent, safe, and sanitary home to meet the qualifications. The applicant must be unable to obtain a loan from other resources on terms and conditions that could reasonably be expected to meet. The applicant must agree to occupy the property as your primary residence. The applicant has the legal capacity to incur a loan obligation. They must have the legal capacity to insure a loan obligation. The applicant must meet citizenship qualifications or eligible or be eligible, or they can be a non-citizen requirement. They can still, as long as they have their legal documents and their papers, they can be that. Now, not to suspend a debarred from participation in a federal program, the property finance with the loan must do the following. Generally be a 2,000 square foot or less. They cannot go over that. Not have a market value in excess of the applicant's area loan limit. So you can't ask for a $80,000 loan when the homes that's in your area is worth $50,000 or $55,000. Okay, you're not going to get that because of the area itself. Okay, got to move on. The applicant must not have market value in excess of the applicant area loan amount. So the applicant cannot have a market value in excess of the loan amount that they had agreed to give the applicant. The applicant cannot have let's say it again. The applicant must not have a in-ground swimming pool from the home in which they are looking to purchase. You cannot have an in-ground swimming pool. The maintenance cost is too high. And since you are in a tight situation to even acquire the American dream, they feel that having luxury items like that is going to deplete money from you right away. So one of the stipulations is that this particular property that's been built up and is in great shape cannot have a swimming pool. And if it does, you can't buy it. The applicant must not be designed for income producing activity. The applicant must not be designed for income producing activity. The borrowers are required to replace all or a portion of the permit subsidy received over the life of the loan when the property transfer or the borrower is no longer living in the dwelling. Say that again. The borrower are required to repay all or a portion of the amended subsidy. This amended subsidy that was received over the life of the loan, in which this subsidy has to be paid back because there's a time frame on the subsidy. Well, because the federal government is doing that, it helps her and give her room that she can raise her children right. And at the same time, she's not overwhelmed themselves. And this last statement here simply states that the applicant will not turn that property into an investment property because the loan that you got for the property was not a loan for investors. That's a residential loan. Okay? So that loan, you can't turn around and get a residential loan and then turn the complex into a investment area. It's an automatic no-no. Okay? You can't do that. So the borrowers are required to replace all or a portion of the amount or the portion of the payment subsidy received over the life of the loan when the title of the property is transferred or the borrower is no longer living in the dwelling. Now the applicant must meet income eligibility for this direct loan. They must meet income eligibility. What is the eligibility? What is the eligibility area? Well, generally, a rural area is what is associated with this loan. The applicant has a chance to live in a rural area, and sometimes rural areas can be like a farm, but not necessarily. But the applicant has to reside in a rural area. Okay? The loan funds may be used to help low-income individuals or household purchase the home in rural areas. Funds can be used to build or repair or renovate or even relocate a home. That's right. Or to purchase and prepare sites, including preparing water and sewage facilities. Say it again. Okay. How may funds be used? Well, the loan funds may be used to help low-income individuals or household to help them to purchase a home in a rural area. Move your family there. Funds can be used to build or to repair damages or to renovate whatever that individual has to be able to renovate the home or relocate the home. Now, this is going on whole property. This is property that already built but just sit on a different land, and they don't like the view, so they want to move the property further down the street or to another state. They have the right and they can do that. Okay? Under this loan, it will help them to pay for the house and will move the house to another location to their liking. They choose that. Nobody else does it for them. Okay? Using the Single Family Housing Direct Safe Assessment software. I'm going to tell you about that, and I'm going to tell you how that software works. Let's do an inspirational song break, and I'm going to come right back. And I'm going to finish up, and I'm going to close out the show, and I'm going to give you some more good information on the USDA loan, so you know exactly how it's working, what makes it tick, why is it working the way that it's working. We're going to come back and take the challenge on that. So, without any further ado, let's Dave the Man. We do have a inspirational song that we can do. Do we have one? Okay. All right. Okay. Dave's gonna put on the inspirational song. So let's put one on, and we'll be right back. So, inspirational song up next. We'll be back with Mortgage Talk with more information. Back in a moment with more of Mortgage Talk. Don't go away. All right. welcome back to Mortgage Talk. I'm Rick Montgomery. Glad that you're still with us, and we're going to pick back up where we left off at. And I want to just recap some things right here in just a minute here. Let me grab my little trusty little piece of paper over here so I can just recap that just a little bit there. I want to just recap over what we just talked about before the break. The applicant must meet income eligibility for this USDA direct loan program. What is the eligibility area? Okay. Generally, it's a rural area with a population of less than 35,000 are eligible. Now, you can visit the USDA Income Property Eligibility website to give you more information. We encourage you to go and do further information so you can have a better and clear understanding of the USDA Direct Loan Program. The USDA means that it is the United States Department of Agriculture Direct Loan Program. So how many funds, how may funds be used? Let me say it that way. How may funds be used? Well, loan funds may be used to help low-income individuals or household families purchase a home in a rural area. In other words, it will help them gain the American dream. It will help them get an opportunity to live in a different area that may be more beneficiary to their family. Maybe it'd be more beneficiary to their mother. Maybe it may be more beneficiary to the children because they may choose an area where the school district and the school itself is close, and the school district holds a much better reputation than where they move from. They may move in an area where they can have less drama. They may move in an area where there is more room and they don't have to be cluttered like they were before. They may live in an area where there's a bigger backyard and no cars is coming down the side streets or the street that could become an immediate threat to their pet or their children. They may move from an area where break-ins may be starting. They may move from an area where they don't have to hear the ambulance and the police sirens be going off because there is some non-curricular activities taking place unlawfully in the vicinity in which they live that could have stray bullets that may happen to come through the window and may happen to hit the seat area where that person was about to go to sit down, or that person would have sat down if they didn't get delayed. If they wasn't delayed by coming home late and had came home on time, then the bullet would have took them out. So these are many times, many of the reasons why people wants to get out of those low-income areas, or even get out of areas that's just starting to make a turn for the worse in their eyes, and they just want something new. And what this loan can do for you is to help you gain that, and you can qualify for this particular loan. Let me move on. So, this loan, in obtaining this loan, you must find a home in a rural area. Funds can be used to build to make certain. You can have a house built with these funds. Funds can be used to do repairs, renovation, relocation, or relocating a home. Oh boy. Or to purchase and prepare sites, including providing water and storage for other locations, other sites. Now, when I said that relocating a home, this is typical in certain states. Certain states like Texas and even Illinois, people buy homes and they move this huge entire single family home to another location. Okay? And the lender is saying, if you find a house that you like and it's a movable house and you don't like the whatever area that you don't like of the home, or you don't like the little yard that it had, and so you have a perfect place to put this home on, you can move this home to that perfect place. Isn't that something? So, using a single family housing direct self-assessment tool, this potential applicant may enter information on live to determine if the Section 502 direct loan program is a good fit for them prior to completing the application. The tool provides a preliminary review after a potential applicant enters its information on their general household composition. In other words, the applicant and the app is asking them for, as it pre-qualifies them so they can get a qualification. The applicant is the lender is asking them for proof of your monthly income. Okay? Your monthly debt. Tell us what your debts are. And let us know where's the primary location, what a house that you're purchasing, where is this at? Okay. What is the estimated property tax? And what would be the estimated insurance? This is what you need to help you when you are looking to find an understanding of what do I do with this money. Now you have an idea of what to do with this money. The applicant must be without a decent and safe and sanitary housing to qualify for this loan, as we talked about the qualification just a few minutes ago. The applicant must be unable to obtain a loan from other resources, from other banks and other mortgage companies. They got turned down. Okay? So because they were turned down, they couldn't qualify for the loan. So these are several reasons why the applicant will have problems in trying to obtain this particular loan. The applicant must agree to occupy this property as their primary residence, and they will sign a primary resident form. The applicant must have the legal capacity to incur a loan obligation. The applicant must meet citizenship or be eligible for non-citizen requirement to qualify. The applicant must not be suspended or debarred from participating in federal programs. If they are, they won't qualify for this loan. Properties that will qualify for the financing of this USDA direct loan program, there are certain stipulations here. And one of the stipulations is that the general square footage of the home cannot supersede 2,000 feet. And that's a pretty big size house. So it can't supersede that size. When the applicant chooses these homes, it cannot have a market value in excess of the applicant area loan amount. The applicant cannot have a in-ground swimming pool. The applicant cannot be designed for income producing activity. Say it again. The applicant cannot design this potential property to become a income producing activity property. This property must be their primary residence. The borrower are required to replace all or a portion of the payment subsidy received over the life of the loan when the title to the property transferred or the borrower is no longer living in the dwelling. Interest. What is the interest? What would be the interest of this loan? And what is the payback loan period? What is the term of this loan? Is there a prepaid penalty with this loan? So what is the interest rate on this loan? Well, see, first of all, let me say that the rate is a fixed interest rate based on current market rates. And as you know, FHA do have some of the lowest percentages. Interest rates when modifying the payment assistance program can be as low as 1%. Up to 33 years of term for this loan. Or if the 33 years is still not reaching the payment arrangement that the individual was looking for, then what they would do is they will bump up the term for the individual. And they'll say, hey, what about if we were to move this to 36 months or 38 months? How's those payments looking for you? And you look at the payments, and the eyes light up, and they say, yes, this would be a great payment. So now you know how to tailor this loan, not only to their needs, but also to their affordability. Keep in mind, there is a 40-year mortgage. So it's not unusual for that to happen. But this loan here can go back to a period where they can come close to 40, but not be in 40, and they can have 38 months. Instead of a 40-month, they can have 38 months in the long term. How much down payment is required? A big goose said 0. Now, of course, if you have an asset and you're making more than the surrounding area per home is doing, then they'll make an adjustment, and the adjustment could determine that you may need a qualifying down payment. But overall, the maximum term can be up to 38 years, which will make it more affordable and acceptable for the single-family homeowner. How much down? 0 down. Who governs this program? Well, the Housing Act of 1949. And they amended this program, which is known as 7 CFR Part 355. The second is House Bill, or HB 1-306. Direct single family housing loan. And you can contact the HUD office in Washington, D.C. if you're looking for more information on this particular loan. This loan basically helps low and moderate income families to qualify for a mortgage. And they will share in on the subsidy with you, just to recap. And you still have a 30-year or 35 years or 38 years to pay this loan out. This program is clearly designed for low and very low moderate income families, where they too can get the American dream. So I hope that this program works for you. I hope that you will go out and go to the website of the USDA.gov. Open it up and start getting some information on the USDA Direct Loan Program. That is a program that can help people, and they'll tag team up with you. And you can receive these subsidies either for a short period of time, or you can receive it for a longer period of time. But you will have to pay back the subsidy. And whether you pay half back or not, the rest will be forgiven. So this is a good program that you need to be on to qualify for the American Dream and don't let nobody take it from you. Because you can get the American Dream even with challenge credit. You can get the American Dream even after you don't talk to so-called professional people and they don't tell you that there's no snowball chance in hell that you would get this. I'm here to tell you that that's not true. That is not true. You can still get the American Dream. It's out there for you, and it's out there for you to get. Well, that's it for me on Mortgage Talk here. I hope this has been helpful for you, and I hope that you got something out of this. Just remember to go to blogtalkradio.com/Mortgage Talk 1 to get all of our history. And just remember that we'll be back next week to bring you more of Mortgage Talk. Okay, next week's show, we're going to be talking about 203K loans. Yeah, 203K loans. How to qualify. What is a 203K loan? You're going to get all this on Mortgage Talk. So, we'll see you next week. And thank you for listening to Mortgage Talk. Good night, everybody.
To Mortgage Talk. I hope this information is something that you can use for your mortgage needs. Remember to tune in next week at the same time for more Mortgage Talk. God bless you.
That you've done for me. I want to thank you.